hire for myself on the Police Service Commission, Mr. Selwyn Peters, and you couldn't get it from a better person. You got the whole background there. When Selwyn came on, I was telling you about the genesis of the investigation against myself and Mr. Conway. I told you that this thing started when the Home Affairs Minister made a statement in Parliament that $300 million were missing from the Police Finance Office. SOCU started the investigation. They seized all the payment documents, payment vouchers from the Finance Office. And in going through those vouchers, they then saw that Conway and Slow and others were paid a stipend by the police administration to conduct this review. Stipend was, as I indicated, the commissioner, Mr. James Carlos, asked us to assist. At no time did we have any discussion about payment. Later on, they decided that we were going to be given a stipend. And that is what they use to say that we conspire to commit fraud and we were charged. But when I'm going to address the dates and all of that. So on the 19th of May, 2021, a charge was filed against Conway, myself, Mr. Whitaker, and Mr. Gilbert. These are all former members of the post, George Fraser, along with some serving members, Assistant Commissioner Andrews Jr., Marceline Washington, this boy, who was the finance officer then, and several persons. And the sad thing is that you had people like Marceline Summersall, Marceline Washington, interdicted from duty and into retirement and all that. I'm not even sure if she got her benefits. Royston Andrews Jr. has been interdicted now for almost 2 years, and the matter cannot be completed. So that is what we have. That is what we have. These are the facts. And I remember well. I'm going to bring in Mr. Conway in a while, because I remember well that the thing is that once the SOCU went through those vouchers and saw that monies were paid to Slow and Conway, the head made a statement. He coming to get me and Conway now. This is a man who at the time had a matter pending before the Police Service Commission. And this is the same person who is now heading the department that was investigated 2 members of the Police Service Commission. Conflict of interest and unprofessional behavior, you judge. Now, after that, the very disciplinary charges I referred to were challenged in court, and the court threw out the challenge, right? And then what happened? Conway arrested in relation to the stipend. Interestingly, Conway and others arrested on the 19th of May. And the very 19th of May, the Prime Minister, Mark Phillips, sent a show cause letter to Conway and Slow for us to show cause why he should not advise the President to have us removed from our offices of the Police Service Commission. The 19th, charges are filed. This is even before those who were in Guyana appeared in court. So a charge is filed against several persons jointly on the 19th of May. And the very day, the 19th of May, the Prime Minister is writing this show cause letter. I believe that was a conspiracy. I believe clearly that it was a conspiracy. And then the appearance took place on the following day. So as I've said before, even before persons appeared in court, the Prime Minister is writing to the President to advise that we should be removed from the Police Service Commission. And I told the persons who charge here, I have the names here. We have Royston Jr., Marceline Washington, Michael Sutton, and the Assistant Superintendent Marlon Kelman. All of those persons at the time were serving members of the police force. And I say they were collateral damage, because it's me and Conway they wanted to come after to get us out of the Police Service Commission. So the fact that Sutton and all of those, Washington and Andrews Jr. were charged, collateral damage. But they don't care that you're going to destroy people's life, people's career. They don't care. That is the callousness of these people who you have there in power. And the matters are still pending, almost 2 years. I think the matter is due to come up next on April the 26th. the same conspiracy to commit fraud, April 26th. And as I indicated to you, there was a second show cause letter. They're so desperate to get at this police service commission that I chaired. So you have one show cause letter from the Prime Minister on the 19th of May 2021, and on the 4th of June, second show cause letter on the 4th of June 2021. This time he's saying that we joined, all members of the Service Commission this time, we joined with Member of Parliament Ganesh Maipal to challenge the Fiscal Management and Accountability Act. And they're saying that is the reason why we should be suspended from the Police Service Commission. And let me tell you this, the Police Service Commission was not the only commission that joined in that matter. Other commissions as well joined, including the Public Service Commission, which was functioning at the time. And they hadn't to show cause why they should be removed from office. So it's a clear case where they were targeting the Police Service Commission. And I will tell you why a little later. I will tell you why. Then what happened? On the 16th, the president, as it came out in the ruling, and Mr. Peters highlighted, on the 16th of June 2021, we received letters from the president saying that we were immediately suspended from our office. I remember I was in, even before that, where we got the second show cause letter, I'm sure Mr. Peters will remember that. I was somewhere on the islands working. And I said to him, I said, Selwyn, these people are going to suspend the Police Service Commission. And he said, well, they can't do that because the condition precedent, as they would say, were not there. In other words, there was no Judicial Service Commission to advise according to the Constitution. I said, look, watch and see. So when on the 16th, I remember well, I was at the Bosio Joe cricket ground, and I was in an area where there was no Wi-Fi. And when I moved to the Wi-Fi area, immediately the phone started to go crazy. And when I looked, I saw this thing from the president. So I went back to the hotel and I read the thing and I called Selwyn and I said, this is what happened. He said, well, like you're Obia man. I said, no, I am not no Obia man. But I saw what was taking place. I saw what was taking place. So the 16th, they were suspended. And as indicated immediately, Selwyn wrote to the president and indicated that this suspension was unlawful and that he had advised us to continue our work. And we did that. We had meetings. We made the promotion, as we said, we're going to discuss that later and decide on the way forward. We did that, right? So the suspension took place. And then let me tell you this significantly. The 16th of June is when the president decided to suspend the Service Commission. On the 18th, the 18th of June was when the Chief Justice was to make the decision on this challenge by Brutus and others. So 16th of the 18th, the Chief Justice is supposed to announce the decision, and they decided to suspend the commission on the 16th. Why? Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because they knew that the case brought against the Service Commission was going to be thrown out. They hadn't a leg. It was rubbish. The case was rubbish that they brought. And they knew that the Chief Justice would have ruled in our favor. So therefore, they did not want the commission to be in place on the 18th when the ruling was handed down, so that the promotion, because they knew once the rule handed down, once the Chief Justice showed the challenge, we would have gone ahead and released the promotions that were held up since the 31st of December 2020. So they moved to suspend the commission, disregard the Constitution, disregard all of those provisions, suspend the commission. The decision was not handed down on the 18th. The decision was handed down on the 28th. And as we know by now, the challenge was thrown out. The challenge. And hear this further. I tell you, all I do all my research, is give me facts. I don't come and talk with water in my mouth. The 16th of June, the suspension of the Police Service Commission that I chaired, when the life of the commission was due to end on the 8th of August 2021. In other words, the commission had less than 2 months. Why would you suspend the commission, violate, disregard, as the judge said today, the provisions of the Constitution, suspend the commission on the 16th of June, when the life of the commission would have automatically ended on the 8th of August the same year, just less than 2 months away. But they did not want the commission to be in place because of this same promotion issue. They want to promote their own people. They did not want fairness in the process. They wanted people who had matters pending, even matter before the court, because in one case, the man had challenged the thing and it was still pending before the court. They wanted those persons promoted. I said no, and the commission members said no, that is not going to happen. We have rules, and we are going to follow this rule. So later on, when we addressed the nonsense that the secretary wrote, we're going to deal some more with that. But let me move on. Which, as I said, we challenged the suspension. We named the president as a respondent. We went through this already. The judge ruled that you cannot name the president, so he was removed. And then we had all of these interlocutory rulings and all of that. And then we came all the way down to today, where the judge ruled in our favor that the commission was unlawfully, unconstitutionally suspended. The order by the president to suspend the commission was null, void, and of no effect. Now, let me go into this thing. Let me bring in Mr. Conway, because I don't think he's here now. But he's here. He dropped off, but I want to deal with the Police Service Commission. And I know as a former member, I want to have him on this discussion. I think he's trying to get on. But I'm going to deal with the Police Service Commission. The suspension of the Police Service Commission, allegations. Now, when we took over the Police Service Commission in 2018, it was a situation where members of the force had lost confidence in the Police Service Commission. Allegations were made of monies being paid for promotion. Names were named. People paying monies. An investigation was done. This is not slow saying this. This is not slow making this allegation. An investigation was conducted. The persons involved were named. The persons involved were named. The bagman, the man who collected money, a man living on the East Bank on behalf of the people who were actually receiving the money, those persons were named in this report. And let me say this about that Police Service Commission. That Police Service Commission had some former members of the force who were stalwarts. No way can you impute their integrity. Lloyd Alvin Smith, used to call him wrong man. And the reason why they call him wrong man, because police used to say that he's a wrong man to mess with. Upright. You had Mr. Harold Martin, retired Deputy Commissioner of Police. Upright, upstanding citizen. You had also Kijan, the late Kijan, attorney at law, former assistant commissioner. Upright post. You can't bring chauvinist to them. But you had also the chairman of the Public Service Commission, Mr. Carville Duncan, and you had the chairman, Satnanan, I think it was. I can't remember his name directly. I'm going to tell you his name in a while. He was the, Satnanan was the chairman of the Police Service Commission. And as I said, allegations were made. These allegations were investigated. And a report submitted. I'll tell you some of the findings of the report in a while. So we had all these allegations, payment for promotion, alleged allegation of demands for sexual favors, among other allegations. These allegations were made. So when the secretary, Mr. Jai Gobind Jai Singh, sits there and tries to paint the commission I chaired as a rogue commission, I want to remind him that he was there for all of those years when all of these things were done. I'll tell you some of the other egregious acts of that very commission that I'm referring to. As I said, officers were named. And it might surprise you, or it might not surprise you to learn that some of the officers who were alleged to have paid large sums of money for promotion now sits in senior positions in the Guyana Police Force. At least 4 or 5 of them. Their names are there in the report. So if they want to challenge, let them sue. Let me produce the report in court. It's not I did the investigation. I did not do this investigation. This is a investigation that was done, and I happen to get a copy of the report. Right? People who sit in high positions now in the Guyana Police Force at command levels were alleged to have paid promotion. There's one man who joined the force. I can't remember the exact year. I know the thing, but the man got, in all his years in the force, he got three promotions, and he's now a superintendent of police. 3 promotions, and he is a superintendent of police. Figure that out. He's not no bright boy. He is not no bright boy, right? And then let me tell you this. There was a case, one of the worst cases, involving a man who is still in the force. I can call his name because he is, again, I said the truth. Sergeant Hoyt at the time. I think he's still in the force. I think he's an assistant superintendent. He holds some rank now. He was promoted from sergeant to inspector. Promoted, got his letter and everything. And then a friend of the then commissioner told the commissioner that Hoyt had some private matter pending before the court. Private matter, claimed some private matter was pending. And based on that, the commissioner then communicated to the chairman of the police service commission, and they revoked Hoyt's promotion to inspector. They take away the promotion. And then when the matter was investigated properly by Mr. Smith, who was on the commission, going to discover that the allegation was false. There was nothing pending before the court. And then I think sometime after that, they give back the promotion. But all the embarrassment and all of that, according to the report, the man was never even offered an apology. He was never even offered an apology. That is the commission that was there. Yeah, share the life. The class full, overflowing, but continue to share. I was hoping to get Mr. Conway, but apparently he has some issues. He is not getting on. I don't know, the gremlins might be at work. But I can continue to talk. They take away the man promotion. The records are there. Ask him. He was promoted from sergeant to inspector. And because the commissioner friend told the commissioner that this man had some matter pending before the court, some private matter, no criminal matter, they took away the man's promotion. And then you had another case, the secretary, Jai Singh, coming and telling a lot of lies in the affidavit, which I'll address shortly. They have the case of Courtney Crummy Wing. Sorry, that's a Courtney Crummy Wing. Courtney Ramsey is now a retired senior superintendent of police. Ramsey was recommended for promotion and was promoted by the Police Service Commission. And when the list was taken to them places, the Service Commission that they had in Brickdam and the Service Commission they had in Ralph Street, Ramsey's name was removed from the list. And one of the other people who sit in the high position now, name was inserted. Ramsey challenged it in court. Ramsey took the matter to court. And what they said that the reason why, because Ramsey outlined the whole thing, all the persons who they promoted ahead of him, who were not as qualified as he was, he challenged them in court. And after challenging them in court, the response from the commission, was that the reason why they did not promote him is because he was close to retirement. They said that he was close to retirement, and therefore that is the reason why they did not promote him. Ramsey, old detective, did his research and discovered there were 2 senior superintendents over the years who were on pre-retirement leave when they were promoted to assistant commissioner. Hear this? They said they can't promote Ramsey to assistant commissioner because he's close to retirement. And Ramsey did the research and discovered that there were 2 senior superintendents who were on leave prior to retirement, and they were promoted. Well, when they were faced with that in the court, the Attorney General chucked in. The matter is there, but I am telling lies. The Attorney General had no defense, and the court had to rule in Ramsey's favor. I have a copy of the challenge by Ramsey with me. I have a copy of Ramsey's challenge, all the pleadings